everyone. Welcome back. Once again. Since, well, we'll just have to see how this goes. Hopefully the internet works. It's working so far, but, you know, that doesn't really mean anything. Based on my experience. So, I'm not doing a speedrun, I have mods enabled, and I'm starting from Sunlit Port. There's a few things that I want to do today. One is just to practice movement, because we're gonna be going through new areas, so new movement to get used to. Maybe some like route testing, like multiple regions have like different paths you could take. So maybe I'll like test like this path versus this path and see which one's better. Also, there's a bunch of different routes that you can take in terms of echoes, because your goal is to get a bunch of echoes, of course. And there's different ways to do that. And I practice the specific routes. And I think that route ended up being slower, so I'm going to do a different route. And I'm not too used to it, so... There's also some potential performance issues. In Badlands specifically, I think is the region where it's most apparent. I don't know if that's consistent, but basically what's happened is every once in a while, I just get like really high like memory usage, and I think it usually happens around when I go to Badlands, so I might need to restart the game after that region. Hey guys, where'd I go? He's still suspicious. I think I've thought that maybe it's good to be invisible here, because there's also a drop. Like he dropped because I picked up the spear, but didn't see me. Hello, thanks for stopping by the way, you can eat this popcorn while entering the portal. I actually should have held onto the pole for a bit longer. Happens to you in cold storage. Okay. You have to be really fast right here, or else a pink lizard catches up to you. Right down here. Oh, they didn't go through, so the pink lizard should be at the other side of this room. There they are. I'm also suffering some effects. And I died instantly because I couldn't E-slide because I fell into the floor that is there apparently. Evil Aether Ridge lizards. So real. Oh, and we're back here too, because the game didn't save. Oh, there's the double realized. That happens for me for some reason, entering this room twice through the portal. Oh, I tried to eat you. Okay, this first segment is like surprisingly difficult. Also, yeah, scavengers. Scavengers are going to be a problem in this run. And this dropping. Oh, thank you for hitting him with a rock. There you go. I was able to get all of the rest of my food from that popcorn while standing in the portal. It's probably better just to bunny hop there, because you're being pushed by the wind. Oh, now there's just no lizard at all. Thank you, Pink Lizard. Oh, that was a pin warp, but it's like a really like close pin warp. That's actually that actually worked out because I wanted to go right. I want to go here, right? And you can kind of snake your way around this, but it's really hard to do without just falling down. But the pin warp actually put me like right here, and then I can pick up the spear and stuff because I want it for this room. Because you can do I did that wrong. There we go. That's a really nice wall pounce you can do. And maybe if that was like a perfect EI jump, you could make it across to the all the way to the pipe up here. I don't know if that's possible. That'd have to be like a perfect EI jump with a throw boost at the very end of the platform. The scavenger's here. And another pink lizard, of course. Yeah, slide bounce there is good. Hello. Without visiting Aether Ridge. Well, let me actually look at the map. I can answer that question. Oh, I should have... Japanese is faster. Japanese or Chinese or something. Close wall climb? Yeah, that works too. But the wall path is really good. You can get it on the right corner. Whoops. So... 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Yeah, you could totally skip Aether Ridge. Sunlit port to Rusted Rex, and then you can kind of access every region around Aether Ridge indirectly. The map is so open, you can really do whatever you want. This is the kind of room that you need to get used to. Falling down, you can't see where you're going. Alright. Let me shelter here. So that is a roll that you can get. That's kind of difficult. And here's a portal right here. Shout out to the Aether Ridge. I think we mean specifically the Aether Ridge region and not the like, you know what I mean. So you have to be really fast here because there's a centipede. And the centipede likes to block your path. Also, I don't actually know what path I'm supposed to take here. There's also another centipede. But I can just invisibility. But they're still pretty perceptive. So I'm going to look at the map. Hopefully the stream is working well. Yeah, like a third of the DLC is Aether Ridge. Oh, the map is really weird here. Like you're at the bottom of the region and then you go back to like the middle. I think it's just go left. Yeah, go left, and then the normal routes. We're actually like right next to the echo from here. I wonder what the best way to do that is. Because you have to go down and then back up. What is that? That's a noodle fly. It's being pacified. I could probably eat it. I don't think I actually need food on this cycle. That's a good steam cycle. I'm pretty sure I exit out on this echo. Checking the route real quick. All my route stuff is like random images that I have saved. So yeah, I exit out here and in cold storage. Those are the only exits in this route. And you just gotta wait until the portal opens, and then you can just exit out. Maybe this is what's causing problems, exiting out like that. I'll try to listen to my PC fan. See when things start happening. But yeah, we're going back toward desert. Now this is a region with many different routes you can take. There's like 4 different paths. But all leads to the same place. Also, there's food here. I'd like to eat this food because it's all next to each other. I don't know if it's optimal, but it feels pretty good. Maybe like there's some centipedes that are faster to eat. Like I could be in that centipede right there and have been a little bit faster. I'm pretty sure centipedes are always just a good food to eat because they're like give you double food. So like I could go down in this room. I think the route is to go up, then just stay up, really. And then we get the best song. not the best song, but it's a memorable one. Whoops, I didn't mean to grab you. You can eat those things, by the way. Oh wait, this is the wrong path, actually. Okay, I'm gonna go back. Oh damn, he was so fast. Oh, I guess I was speeding up the game. I think you go down in this room. Yes. Oh, it's like a wall pounce variance kind of thing. You need to get a specific type of wall pounce here. Or you can try to vault. Just don't get any closer. There we go. I think a spear works really well there too. Is the game too loud? There, just lowered it a little bit, but let me know. Oh damn, how much knockback that I did to that guy, goodness. Yeah, this is like the kind of an awkward room to navigate, but then you're like already close to Echo by now, you know? So I think it ends up being worth it. Oh, that's an east side spot. Hello. So we're going to Badlands next. I'm gonna check Task Manager and see if Rainroll is gonna get mad at me. Now Badlands is one of the hardest parts of the run because you have to get past the locusts. And the locusts are not very nice. I'm gonna wait for my items. Yeah, there we go. And the best way to get past the locust is with the lizard. Then the lizard is like a little bit inconsistent too. Like, see, he didn't even want to lick me. Because then as you get close enough where they were just like, I'm just gonna run at them, right? Hello? If you move around too much, they'll miss. Sometimes they do this. What are you doing, man? I wonder if this is like personality dependent. Dude, look at this. And that one missed. Now we're just like too close to the sand. Well, I'm sure it's actually not a problem. Okay, there we go. But now if you're like too high, it's hard to hit them with a spear to release yourself. I don't think this is enough. I'm gonna get one more layer. Thank you. But I could have almost died to that actually, if they didn't get stuck in the sand there. You also have to watch out for snakes. Actually, I think they're just called sandworms. Or this guy. So I think save your item for an encounter with a creature instead of doing E-slides constantly. Okay. Maybe... How should I have dealt with that? I'm not sure. I tried to jump over it and it didn't really work that well. I didn't really have a way to slide under it. I couldn't go fast enough. See, look at this. Is this really the most consistent strategy we have? I know that maybe I could just move into my way. And they're so inaccurate, too. There you go. Maybe if you just move fast enough. Okay, I think three is always enough, it seems. Like, don't they die to a sandworm? They're a little bit slow, but they can be a bit rough in a small... I guess they're just always out in the open, so you just move into your way out of there. Okay, 2 items is really good here. I think that was the problem. I couldn't do 2 E-slides. Is Badlands Echo actually worth it? I think so. It's like the start of a really good echo chain is the thing. So even if there's a faster echo out there, you're not going to have enough in total. This one is a little bit slow, but eventually it does lead to more echoes later. Also, we get to roll around in the mud, so it's kind of funny. It's also not that slow, it's just dangerous. You know, if you die to like one of the creatures out in the sand, if you die to the lizard, if you die to the locust, you know, there's a lot of ways it can go wrong. But luckily, it's actually really safe. In like a marathon setting, because there's a shelter. I mean, the portal is an automatic shelter. There we go. A double throw boost there. That's what I was looking for. The interesting thing is that if you look at like the different routes that you can take, if you avoid this particular path, you really have to take a lot of like shortcuts, or not shortcuts. You have to take a lot of extra distance just to get the same amount of echoes. Here we're on Shattered Coast. There's the explosive spear. I always forget the route that I need to take here. Also, is my PC dying? Yes, actually it is. So it seems like when I exit Badlands is when everything starts falling apart. I'm gonna restart the game. Like, CPU usage jumps to like 99% after leaving Badlands. Or maybe it's like while I'm in Badlands, I just didn't notice it. But yeah, I don't think I want to actually do speedruns until that gets fixed. I don't want to have to restart my game in the middle of a run. And Badlands is a fairly early version. Well, it's like maybe like halfway through, since the intro takes like 20 minutes on its own. How far can I launch yourself with explosive boost? It'd probably be a pretty useful, but I don't think there's any consistent explosives you could pick up. There's also a possibility that in farm arrays, when you're getting the echo there, that you can You know, maybe in farm race you can pick up a spore puff and use that to protect yourself against the locusts. Would that be enough to get you across the whole distance? I don't know if it lasts that long. Maybe you could use like E-slides for like 50% of it and then use the spore puff for the rest of it. Or maybe you get licked by the lizard once, run as far as you can, then spore puff, and then keep going, and then that's maybe enough. I don't know. So from here, this map is such a mess. It's so hard to see where connections lead, especially looking at the interactive map. It's like, oh, this path looks like it goes the right way. Oh no, that pipe actually goes like 10 rooms up in the wrong direction where you don't want to go. I think it's go forward once, twice, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Go forward 6 times, then down. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, I guess up here. No. It is it down? Did I miscount? Wait, which room is this? So it is this room. And this leads to this room. Which leads here. Okay, I need to just go one more forward, and then here we are. Here's the echo. Also, I feel like are there just like a huge lack of like ambient sounds in some areas? Okay, now there's the echo sound, but like I think there's just like no ambience in some areas. I don't know if I'm making that up. Or maybe there's a lot of areas in base game where there's no ambience, and I just didn't notice that either. Stormy Coast is very silent. That doesn't sound right. Like it this way? I feel like there's always some sort of sound you can hear. There's also some sound effects where it's like they get loud really quickly when you get close to them, but then they go away very quickly when you leave. It's like a very small circle around them where you can hear it, and then I noticed that in a handful of spots. I should have enabled Japanese. This echo is a speedrunner, I can't believe it. So here's a fun area. This might be one of the hardest parts of the run, because you have to navigate around the rot and the rot lizards. Like that guy, this lizard. so loud. I almost got grabbed down there. I think at this point you get the floats. So you can do that. Oh, almost. And I'm stunning myself because I went through too many portals. No. It really got that bad that quickly. Oh, I can't grab onto this pole because there's a pentacle in the way. Okay, I'll figure out like how do I deal with this kind of movement. But you can't use invisibility at all here, which is a little bit not good. Especially with how dangerous these lizards are. Or some of them. I don't know if we'll even see many of them. I think there's like 2 coming up in this room. I've seen 2 in this room before. I forget which way I need to, which path I need to take in this room. I think it's go this way. Yeah, I think so. That was pretty easy to take care of. It is interesting how the rot is a big part of this campaign. And yet here's cold storage just having the rots just naturally. Oh wait, this is where you go up, right? Like, why is the rot just here? For what reason? Is this dangerous down here to like walk? I don't think so. Okay, so we're gonna shelter. This is the part of the route where I stop knowing where to go. Because I know that I get the echo here, but I don't know where to go afterwards, because this region is confusing. Also, I wonder, can I get the echo from this side of the room? Okay, climb up, please. Goodness. Because I have like a very bad flow right now. See, that doesn't quite make it. That house does not work there at all. We're just like tearing up reality right here. Maybe if I had an item there. I don't even know if this is the fastest route. Maybe I just go this way. It's probably worth it to figure out a way to skip that. Maybe if you have like a spear and a rock and you can wall pounce with the rock after using the spear. Or maybe do a wall pounce and then use the spear to climb up the section that goes higher. Oh, that's just a wall. Or this is all semi-solid. Yeah, this is quite a long detour. Also dead lizard. And I believe I quit out of this one. Wait, shoot. Let me consult the guides. So from cold storage, we're gonna try to get to Stormy Coast. I don't know how to get to Stormy Coast from cold storage though. I don't know if any of the portals are labeled. I want to check. Let's see. Is my computer still dying? Almost. It's not 99%. It's like 50%. Hello. Memory leaks. Yay. I legitimately don't think I can speedrun until memory leaks are fixed. I don't want to constantly like be restarting my game in every single run. Oh. What is this geometry? Oh, and there's like goop in the tunnel. It sure does. Actually, what is this? Goodness. Okay. Where is the connection from cold storage to Stormy Coast? I have no idea. Is it on the far right? Checking. So I just got the echo. I'm in the shelter. If I go like right, up. Just kidding. That doesn't lead anywhere. This map, man. it's all over the place. Okay, that is the right room. I guess correctly. So it looks like go to the side, go up, tall room, go right. I'm so glad I'm doing a route that has this region as a significant part of it. Yippee. And that it might actually be the fastest. Dude, aren't you being a bit dramatic? I know I just killed you and everything, but like, come on. I'm using a map that I made myself. Oh, I didn't make it myself. That's not correct. I took another map and I colored in the echoes. The connections on the map that are echoes, I made them blue so you can actually see where they are. How do you do this? Oh, I know what you do. You vault. Because vaults always work. Yeah, I'm lost. Oh no, this is the room that I'm supposed to climb up. Okay, but if you draw portal connections, what is this room? Is this actually part of the route? I'm streaming on Twitch. I am. How do you do this? Hello, welcome to Twitch. It's just as inactive as the YouTube chat. Okay, you have to line it up perfectly. I guess you just use the spear there. I don't know, wall jumping sounds like it's gonna be really annoying. Oh, and then this amazing, incredible top tier geometry and a white lizard. Is there an alternative? Left. Ooh. No, just kidding, because it's one of those rooms that like intersects itself, but you can't actually take the intersection. But you can go that way and then up. Okay. So forget this room. So I can float, but it's of limited use right now. Well, it's somewhat useful at this point. Oh, here's the infamous invisible block. I can stand on this, even though that there's absolutely nothing here. Oh, more amazing geometry right here. I just gave myself food from DevTools. And then a block that literally blocks your path. I love this region. Okay. I'm pretty sure there's some mod that lets you spawn in watcher creatures in arena. I think I saw someone do that. I don't know which mod it was. It just kind of, I feel like I've just been kind of sad that this is the state that Rain World is in. You think like, oh, games being like rushed to completion and being like unfinished, that's like a AAA thing. But I play indie games and I don't deal with that. Ah, no, the indie games, they got it too. Oh, I think like a den boost here would be nice. Or not a den boost, but like a... Oh, just kidding. It almost works. They got the route. They got the rot. They got it bad. So now this guy's just in the way. Wow, you have to be very careful about your wall jumps there. And then you do this. Speaking of games, most general thing ever. I'm making a game, just like I always am. Okay, here we go. Would you rather have unlimited games but no game? No, that's not how it goes. Would you rather have unlimited bacon but no games, or games? I forget how it goes. It's a mess. Okay, here we are. Stormy Coast. Okay, this is a better starting location than the other portal that I'm used to. So just go left and then we're on the same routes. Goodbye, Explosive Spear, I forgot about you. Would you rather have unlimited bacon but no games, or games? Unlimited games, but no games. This is a pole hop room. Also, where to get food here, I have no idea. I guess you can eat these. Whoops. How many of you guys are in this room? Goodness. Anyway, I'm making this game. And the concept is, you know what, let's just, since everyone loves to do this anyway, let's list my inspirations. Part of the inspiration is Lethal Company. But not for the reasons that make Lethal Company good. It's a good track. I don't know if I've heard this one. It's nice. So the part of Lethal Company that everyone likes is the creatures, or I guess they're the monsters, the entities, and messing around with your friends. And all the chaos that happens because of that. But I feel like there is some level of enjoyment in the like picking up loot and bringing it back to the ship. So it's like kind of an interesting optimization problem of like, you know, which items do you bring back because you only have a limited inventory space. You have limited time. The more time you spend, the more monsters show up. But it also, you know, inside and outside. So, you know, maybe you can't even get your stuff back to the ship, especially if it's heavy. So like, maybe this like really heavy like cash register is not worth bringing back because you're just gonna be too slow. And what about all the random like metal sheets and like bolts and stuff that you find? Like they're worth something, but they're pretty heavy. You could just like keep looking more to find a more valuable item, right? This is practice for the Echo ending, because I'm not doing that. The fastest speedrun of the second ending that I've seen is like over 4 hours. Although that is probably the first speedrun that anyone's done of that ending. But yeah, it's over 4 hours. I'm sure it'll be optimized to like 3 hours, and then maybe 2 hours if we're lucky, but you know. No. So yeah, the whole like resource collection thing is like actually kind of interesting in some way. Wow, I was really down on karma. Actually, dying is kind of bad. Well, obviously, but you especially lose out on the floating being as good as it could be. So I like the idea of like a huge. Think of Rain World and how big the map is. And we're just going to say base game world for this example. Imagine if various items were worth some amount of money, let's just say. But the value is dependent on the distance. So let's say you're in like, I don't know, outskirts. You could go to industrial, pick up the pearl there and bring it back and like, okay, that's worth a decent amount. It's a rare colored pearl, right? Or you could go to the wall pearl. Like, think about how much of a climb that is and how dangerous it is to get past the lizards. To get all the way to the top of the wall, get one single pearl, bring it all the way back, but it's going to be worth like 10 times the amount because of the effort that it took to get there. If you want to get like as farmer is actually pretty close, maybe like the subterranean pearl. But I just like the idea of a game where there's a lot of like resource collection, but you actually have to, most of the collection aspect is just collecting resources, or not, the opposite of that. Most of the time that you spend is moving, right? Let's say, I don't know, Minecraft. Let's say you're collecting resources in Minecraft. Most of the time, you're... Oh, hi, Dropper. I'm glad the scavenger recognized what was happening there. I don't know the route at all here. Let's say you're mining for, like, I don't know, iron or coal or, like, some random genetic resource. You don't need to travel any distance for that. You just go to, like, your nearest cave. Okay, it would be really funny if this worked. I'm going to test it, just because I think it'd be funny. Like, how far you travel does not matter at all. Yeah, I messed that up. You know, like diamonds in, like, the cave nearest to you are just as valuable as diamonds, you know, 10,000 blocks away. Okay, I hate that. You know what? We're not talking about Minecraft anymore. Hi. Like, think about, instead of going to the same mine that's closest to you every single time to get like some resources, bring them back to base, go back, get like a few more diamonds or whatever. Instead of doing that like 10 times, you make one trip really far away to get like a handful of diamonds. But these diamonds are like, or I'd say it's not this much in Minecraft. You get the idea, right? If like the distance that you travel is connected with the value of the items that you find. So yeah, technically most of the time you're just moving. You're moving. You're exploring, you're finding new areas, and by spending like an hour to like travel and like discover a new area, you're rewarded with like a single very valuable item. And if you're, this is not the right path either, actually. You also have limited inventory space. So maybe on your way to that very distant and valuable item, there's like 20 other items that you could pick up instead. But they're just like not worth it. Or maybe they are worth it, but going a little bit further is even more worthwhile, right? Oh, I already have food. What I ate an egg bug, right? Better make movement really good. The idea is that the movement... Okay, so maybe this sounds good, whatever you're imagining this to be. So hopefully I don't ruin it. The idea is like kind of like a puzzle platformer. Like movement is like very slow. But there's ways to optimize it by just like shortening the distance. I know where I am now. How did I make it all the way up there in one grapple? So like the world is very like dense in terms of like the movement and like the puzzles. They're not really puzzles, they're just like the environment is just like hard to navigate, and figuring out what to do is the difficult part, right? Oops. But then when you do, get comfortable with the environments, you can find shortcuts, you can find places to put down like ladders or bridges, or blowing up like rocks that get in your way, and eventually optimize the path so that you can travel it many times and it's not that slow. So new areas that you go to are like a puzzle where it's like, how do I navigate this? And then old areas are like, let's like build infrastructure to make this as fast as possible, because we're going to be taking this route many times. Also, here in Signal Spires, I don't know if it's worth it to go up immediately and then take the whale path, or to go right first so that you can climb up this way, because the den boost actually makes this very possible. Yeah, good job grappling there. I was inspired by Tower Climb, despite never playing Tower Climb. It has a like a grappling hook mechanic, because I've looked at a lot of grappling mechanics. They're most of the time they're very powerful. Like think about Saint and how much speed you can get in like really long rooms, like in Subterranean. You can build up a lot of speed and you can climb up walls infinitely. It's very powerful. Maybe too powerful. And when I want movement to be like puzzle focused, that's like you can't give that level of freedom. It just makes... And if there were puzzles, they'd be like very open-ended. And also like kind of execution based too. I don't know. But Tower Climb, they have these like very like... I mean, any amount of movement in that game is very powerful, because your base movement is pretty slow, and you tend to use a lot of resources to go up, which is the whole game. So the grapple, or like the winch shot, is like one of the lower level grappling hooks. It's pretty slow, but it works, and it works. It working is enough. Is like all you need, right? So I wonder if this grapple worm is gonna disintegrate, because it'd actually be really nice to have in Ancient Urban, and I want to see how viable a grapple worm could be. Yep, it's still alive. Does this go down? No. I missed. I know this guy's gonna be in the way. Uh-oh. Now yep, there's a timer on your floats. If you float for too long, you drop the grapple worm. Okay, let's try this again. Maybe like do this for consistency. I'm not sure. Also, I have a bit of a I have a bit of a fascination with mining games, which is like a fake genre of like flash games. And I guess like Minecraft and Terraria are also kind of accounted, but also I think the mining in those games is like the worst part, right? Those are the how are you doing here? Those are the parts of the game that are like slow and grindy, and everyone's like, can I just like get to the boss fights or the exploration or whatever? Steam World Dig. I'm aware of that game, and it looks really cool, but I've never played it. I've watched like a speedrun. Actually, that might exactly be the kind of game that I'm talking about. Because it's also like a Metroidvania, right? Shoot. But I think there's a bit of a problem with these mining games where they're slow and grindy, right? It's like you need like 50 bars to make an armor set, and each bar is made with like 3 ore. It's like, oh, that's how this works. Okay, maybe this is possible to skip with the grapple worm, or no, pick up the spear. There we go. Is this faster? I think at this point, this is not faster anymore. Oh wait, we have to be intangible for this too. So, grapple worm, please don't run away too far. I guess that's the concern. Like, instead of spending like an hour grinding, mining like a ton of a certain resource, it's like travel really deep into a cave to find like a few like nodes of some like really rare material. See, the grapple worm doesn't come with you. Maybe they wandered away too far away from the portal. Maybe they can't enter that portal at all. And you have to be intangible for it. So, I don't know. Anyway, welcome to Jump Simulator. I've not practiced movement in this region very much. And also, because I want to design levels. I have not much level design experience. And instead of all of my other game ideas, which rely on either like a very small arena or procedural generation, I just want to make levels. And I also want to make them unique. The very rough, I mean, the story is like gonna keep evolving a lot. The story is that you're a robot sent to a planet, like an alien planet, to collect resources. So you have this rocket. This rocket has some amount of carrying capacity that it can bring back to its home planet, to your home planet. And your job is to fill it up with as many valuable things as possible and then fly back, right? And your robot also has a very limited carrying capacity, so you need to be careful about what items you bring back. I mean, I guess you don't need to be careful, but it's going to take longer, right? And, you know, items become exponentially more valuable the deeper you go. So ideally, you fill up your ship with like 10 super valuable items from the deepest parts of the caves that you can find. But this whoops, go down here. This alien planet is an opportunity to make a lot of unique environments. I am making a game. And whenever I say I'm making a game, I mean that I am in like the prototype phase, and I will stay in that phase for like a few months before I give up. But I like thinking about it anyway. Wait, don't you have to go down here? Wait, you can't float when you're doing that. Whoops. Gotta practice the jumps for just this region. And there's the potential for story kind of stuff. I think I've realized there's a specific type of story that I really like in games, where there's like a big like a very complex and dense like history of things that happened. And as you play the game, you uncover each little like part of the like the puzzle that you put together, and you're like, oh, this is what happened, and this is why the world is in the state that it is in now. Those kinds of games that do that, I really like, because it's not like a character development kind of thing where it's like, you know, character focus and like on how these characters change over the story. I don't really like character focused stuff, which maybe that's a weird thing to say. And you can have both. You can have a character like in the past that like their decisions like have an impact on the future. I've had a few ideas that are like kind of generic, so I'm not entirely a fan of them. What? There's like 3 rats just chilling out down there. That's funny. One idea is the planet is a trap where it's filled with treasures as a way to like lure in adventurers. It's like when we look at this planet that's like so valuable, it has like all this stuff in it. You go down to the bottom and then you get consumed by some like eldritch horror. I don't know. But I feel like that's like been done before. Goodbye. Wait, does anything happen if you just leave them behind? I'm actually kind of curious. Because there's still the echo sound effects, right? No? The other idea is that there's some sort of like alien civilization on this planet that's long gone, and we're also there's like maybe 2 layers of civilizations. One was like a very old alien civilization, and another was like a group of like adventurers from various planets who landed to get treasure, right? Just like you. It may double spawn the toys. Is that why that happens? So you're not just exploring the ruins of a ancient civilization, but you're also uncovering a bunch of other adventurers just like you who are exploring to find treasure. But they're all also like no longer here. Like maybe those are intriguing concepts, but also I feel like I need to actually find something kind of unique. Hello. So I think I just stand here until like the cutscene, right? I also had another idea of some sort of primordial creature that was consumed by the creation of a planet. Does that make sense? I guess like this very large creature just kind of floating around in space until a bunch of dust just like coalesced around it and it became a planet with the creature at its core. And this creature has some sort of influence on the planets. Maybe it's trying to escape, maybe it's trying to communicate with others of its species by trying to send a message out to other planets. Like how a snowflake forms. Or just like rain. There has to be some sort of like bit of dust or something for the water to form around. I don't think there's any horror aspect though. I think there's just this creature and it just like needs your help. Like, oh, like here's like a seed. Take the seed and send it out into space. We have to like go like to like the very like core of the planet. Although that's unrealistic, so maybe like I don't know what the scale of things would be. Maybe it's just so large that the like the moment you go a little bit into the crust, like he's already there. Or maybe it's like one like I don't know. With unknown intentions. Yeah, I guess so. Oh, skip. I actually kind of like that there's no items here. Because I'm bad at AI jumps. And I could just, you know, practice doing regular slide pounces. And like the treasure and stuff that you find, that's not a trap. It's just like, well, it is a trap, I guess. To try to bring people into the core for communication. Yep. My fan is getting louder. Oh boy, 100%. Thank you, Rain World. So I guess it's not just Badlands. It really is just like any region that feels like it. Hope that stream is doing well. Yeah, stream doesn't seem to mind. Oh, that's the moth with a little green pixel on it. If that has any significance. What's this game gonna do on console? Who knows? Okay, no double spawn. What if I leave? The way the music just abruptly cut. Okay, I don't know if you just like sit here or if it's like I could do something and like stop the timer early. Did you preacher fling with yeah, this one. Or not? There we go. I feel like that was shorter. That was like not as long as it's been for other people. I think I've seen some like stay in this room for a very long time. My computer is like turning into a heater right now. Get used to me restarting the game constantly. Oh, I also need to, let's change the save file. Well, do I want to? I might just warp to cold storage or something. I don't know. Okay, open up game now. Because there's a few like things that I want to be consistent. There's some resources that have some sort of value in these caves. And like, what is like the explanation for why these are here? And would they just be like, I could think like maybe like certain metals or like gemstones. Okay, those could be like the early game valuable things, right? But then like, what could you find even deeper that is more valuable than that? Would it be like technology, like alien computer stuff, or I don't know, just like alien technology, right? Would that be part of it, or would it be like maybe like art, alien art, and like it's just super valuable? Okay, just always become invisible here. There's no reason not to. Right, that makes sense. Oh yeah, definitely bunny hop there. That was really good. And we got scavengers too. Can you go kill the pink lizard for me? Just kidding, blue lizard. I love the semi-solid floor for no reason. Oh, these guys are here again. Okay. Oh, there's a pole here. Okay, so that's not as bad as I thought it might be. I'm so lucky. Ah, shoot, that's a big mistake. Can I turn upside down? There's like a setup for this. Or you can just like spam buttons until it works. Or this guy shows up. You have spears. But I can't climb back up now. Hey, there we go. I thought, okay, that's a good setup. Can I throw boost here? I want to test if this works. Actually, that was just a bad AI jump. Maybe you can vault. Oh, you can definitely make that with a vault. That's sad. Do you lose reputation for that? Hi. Yeah, free vulture mask if I had a spear. How useful would a vulture mask be? I guess that'd be nice to have. How often are you carrying other items? Poor Aether. Yeah. Oh, yeah, the vulture comes with you, of course. You know, I could test it right now. We have like 10, like how many spears are in this room? Goodness. Thank you. I don't think I've heard the like max level threat in this region. I didn't get as much food as I could have. Still figuring out food routing as well. Of course. You never get threatened enough. Oh, and like you have to wait and pick up the vulture mask every time you go through a portal. That's also annoying. Cause like in this room you want to get moving as quick as possible, so I don't have time to wait. But also, I'm gonna exit out on this echo anyway, so it doesn't matter as much. Hello, could you not be here? Thank you. Ooh, that's kind of fun. And of course I fall all the way back down. Of course you can't actually make this last jump. To be like on the very, as far to the left as possible. Shrouded Echo. That would, yeah, that'd be good. Let me do this while I'm here. Yeah, I'm just gonna drop this. I don't think it's that useful. And I'm not gonna want to scare away the Badlands Lizard anyway. And having more items to throw boost with is really nice. Wait, where is the Shrouded Echo anyway? Maybe I need 2 food, so I guess I'll just wait and see if that's where I get those 2 food pips. Hey guys. Shrouded Echo sucks. They're not that bad. I don't think they're that bad. I jumped too early. Excuse me. I go down here. That's what I forgot last time. Really try to get around this guy before he... Really, that's how that works? Yeah, that's a normal interaction. Okay, that can't be. Really difficult wall pounce, and then you just vault like first try, even though I can never vault anywhere. What happened to him? A dropwig ate him. Dropwigs can just eat the drill crabs, I guess. I mean, they didn't seem to be moving. Maybe they're too heavy to move after that point. That does not feel like an intentional interaction. They seem way too heavy for that to work. That's okay. I'm sorry. Negative D time. They really need to work on the creature interactions in this DLC. There's some obvious stuff, like locusts don't target anything except the slug cat. The frog parasites don't target that much other than the slug cat. I mean, you never see them. You rarely see them on another creature. The sky whales, they're great, but they don't do anything. They're basically just they're a taxi, and they don't do anything else. Oh, fastest lizard ever. Just kidding. Okay, this must be personality dependent. I just got like unlucky with a lizard that does not want to lick you. But that one's like, yeah, sure, I'll do it 20 times. Yeah, like, I don't like reindeer, but they bow to each other based on the length of their antlers. They eat spore puffs. It's kind of like an interaction where they know that if they give you a ride, then they will be fed spore puffs, right? They have a kind of intelligence in that way. We also know that scavengers hunt them because of the skulls at tolls. Although how that makes sense we don't really know. There's a lot of interactions with the reindeer, right? The whales, they're literally like on a scripted route. Should we try it? I don't think I'm capable of doing this. And the game is starting to lag again. No, you stumble once and it's all over. That's my problem with these guys. I think if you have a spear, it's worth taking it through the portal. Just to deal with the lizard easier. You're stuck in a cycle, a repeating pattern. You want a way out. Also, other creatures, like the barnacles, might as well not exist. They have, like, creatures, just ignore them. Oh shoot, they're gonna take the long way around. Like, you will see lizards just repeatedly run into barnacles, because they don't even realize they're there. The little, like, sea slug guys, I like that there's a poisonous creature. But also, there should really be a, like, creature that's immune to poison that eats them. Right? Because otherwise they just exist and they're just there and every creature ignores them. It's like, alright. they don't really do anything. What do they eat also? I don't know. I think it would add so much to the world to see like every creature in the game at least having an explanation for what kind of food it eats. Because like lizards, vultures, like those kind of predators, great, we got it. Like Squid Cicada, yeah, they also have an answer. Cicada, jetfish, egg bugs. What do egg bugs eat? Who knows? they just run away from everything. What do scavengers eat? We don't see. Presumably they hunt other creatures, like deer, but you know, centipedes. It's weird how mud slows you down, but it doesn't stop you from doing any movement attack at all. It's not like a super thin layer of water. It's actually kind of nice. I think that if there was a sequel to Rain World, or like a spiritual successor, I'd love to see way more in-depth creature interactions. And more like types of creatures that like fulfill different niches in the ecosystem. Oh, I'm reading the dialogue. I should pay attention to what it is in Japanese, because this guy talks in a really weird way. Okay, so here's the strategy for this region. Just keep moving left. I think they eat bugs. It'd be cool to see creatures actually eat the background bugs, right? Like background bugs, yeah, they're tiny. You of course you can't really see what they eat. Oh, that happened. Down enough faster? Who knows? Hold on a second. I need to go down. Yeah? I definitely think these slime mold will be part of the routes. Yeah, there's like 10 different ways to go through this region. You can also do this, which like at some point it gets a lot slower, right? So I don't know how worthwhile that is. Oh, moth. Forget vulture cheese. It's time for moth cheese. The speedrunner. Hello. Welcome to the stream. Oh, this echo? Do I need to restart the game? Yes. I might as well just restart the game after every echo, right? Moths are great. Although it is funny that half the time they just fall from the sky and then do nothing. But you know, every once in a while they're like scavengers. Like they will, I think they prefer eating dead creatures that they come across. But sometimes they will just pick something up and then drop it from the sky. Yeah, you can watch them kill vultures. That's like crazy that they do that. I don't know if I've seen one fight a king vulture though. I would wonder how that would go. Hello. Sent to the rots to be consumed. There's gonna be a lizard right here in a bit. Oh, is this gonna kill me? Slug King jump. Maybe it's like do this. Yeah, that's possible, but it's risky. You don't want to stun yourself for being fatigued. That's good movements. Except it's like really risky. Not risky, but just easy to mess up, I imagine. No. No. Oh. The hell was that sound effect? That was a lot. Nope, we're not doing that. More erotic creatures would be cool. Especially because, you know, the rot spreads everywhere, right? I feel like no one has acknowledged how interesting the rot spread mechanic is. I think it's some sort of procedural system. Because it's a little bit unpolished every once in a while. Like the rattlers that spawn in, they can just kind of block your path every once in a while, or spawn in floors and such. So they just have some sort of system to like rot infect a room, right? And they just applied it to like the whole game at some point, right? It's like it's cool to see the world transform. Okay, let's try to do this again. I have a rock and a spear. This definitely will save a lot of time if you can get the skip. Okay, that seems like a good start. Not that though. Maybe do that, but like, might be easy to get stuck there. Ah, I hit the ceiling. There's an explosive spear. Why are there so many explosive spears? Are there like item spawns different? Oh, like right, you can't float in that state, and I'm getting eaten by the rock. I don't want this to require 2 spears. Okay, just use the full length of the float. Is what I'm not doing. I'm not going to drop the items. There we go. Okay, that's how you do it. You only need 1 spear. And then throne simulator. They could have made vine climbing speed like 15% faster. That would have been nice. Also, rot tentacle in a very convenient spot. This is certainly movement of all time. But this is such a time save if you can go up here. Oh, also you die here. What the heck? What does this look like? Does it even go anywhere? No. Wait. Is this possible at this point? Is it? Okay, there's a pole here. That is more complicated than I thought it would be. An explosive spear, maybe that would work. The best shelter exit. Okay, I think I remember where to go at this point. This room. That was a really high spear throw. Okay, probably just float here. Like, no need to make it complicated. I'm like trying not to use the floats because it's a bit slow. And then you kind of want to be invisible here because there's lizards. Like the worst platforming in like the whole, like this one room is like all the problems with the geometry in some regions. Also, doing that slide is probably not the fastest way to do that room, unfortunately. As funny as it'd be. Oh, here's one of these spots. This box is really loud. But only when you're standing right next to it. Float jump tech? Yes, there is. I think that only works when you have like max karma though. Because it doesn't work right now. But thanks for the reminder. I would try to remember to use that when I do get max karma. Also, shout out to the salamander that is just there to ruin your life in turbulent pumps, I think. Like a certain routes through that region where there's just a salamander and it just sits there because it can't go anywhere. There's like water on both sides of it that it can't cross. So it just sits in this one spot. Thank you. It just sits in this one spot and just acts as a barrier. And that's its entire purpose. Oh, we're back here. That's bad. Why were there like 10 times as many lizards as I'm used to? I think Stormy Coast is usually pretty chill. There were a lot of salamanders last time, but... Okay, that works. See, just like stuff like this. Like, okay, they give you spears here. Obviously, you're supposed to use the spear to climb up, but like this is like really awkward geometry. This is like... Yeah, you can climb up here, but now it's like take a really awkward route through the rest of the room by going this way. Like, I guess the way that you're supposed to do this... I guess just wall jump here, but then just like a really awkward entrance into the pipe there. It's really easy to fall off of these poles down here. And lizard time. Damn. Oh, right. You become visible the moment you start becoming the moment you start changing, you're visible. It's not like a gradual kind of thing. And that white lizard was moving. It's just no. There's like like one video of a watcher speedrun, and there's a handful of live streams on Twitch. This might be the first stream on YouTube, but it doesn't really matter. There's been a lot of speedrun activity on a specific Discord server, so if you're not in that server, you probably don't know what's really going on. I should just vault here, really. I need to get better at vaults anyway, because there's a lot of use cases in the DLC. Oh, I can't float anymore because I don't have enough karma. Yippee. At least I can do that now. Wait, now this room sucks. How do you do this? Just quickly, I guess, is what I'm asking. You just, like, do the slide on the ceiling, right? But... also, this room is just, like, you can't go up here. Oh, are you in this room? You can't go up here. There's so many, like, strange, like pipe placements and like rooms that like intersect, but you can't go to all the pipes in the room. I wonder, because I feel like this might be something that I'm just ignoring in base game. How many rooms have pipes that you can't access from every direction? Like 2? The Aether Ridge regions are just like absolutely full of those kinds of rooms. Thank you so much. Yes. I almost made it through that room without thinking I'd see any scavengers. And honestly, it's not even a big problem for the regions on their own. If a region is designed that way, okay, it's fine, especially in the context of a mod, where all of that room design is isolated in the mod, right? But now it's like, here's like 5 regions that have this kind of design, and the rest, like the 15 other regions, they're totally fine. They don't do that. Or maybe they do every once in a while, but, you know. Nice one. Yeah, the farm raise has some rooms like that. All the way up to max. Someone pointed out that the karma symbols look like an animation of like a water droplet falling into water. There's just a droplet chilling there, and you don't even see it because it blends in with the pipe. Shoot. What is the route in this room? This is the only way to go here. Is it go this way? Go this way, grab a worm. And then go this way? Yes. I think. No. I'm looking at the map. So the other connection from the left to right tower requires a whale. So I have to go down, basically, is what that's saying. So go that way, grab the grapple worm, go back down, cross the room, and then go up. Up, left. Or no, that actually looks like a decent shortcut, maybe. So maybe up, left, or no, up. I'm kind of just saying random directions, honestly. What happened? Did he miss? Or did he grab me and then let go instantly? Right, so don't go this way. Although it is a bit of a detour to grab the grapple worm to take this route, so maybe this isn't actually the best way to do it. You know how sharks often, well, I don't know if it's often, but I've seen it often in videos. Sharks will have these like smaller fish that just like follow them around everywhere. Is there a situation like that in Rain World? I guess there's also a situation like that. Well, I guess like a lot of larger animals tend to have small animals that like kind of follow around all the time, right? Cleaners. Also, this song is sick. And we get to go all the way up here. Get a head start in this room. And like, there we go, we're already at the den. I got a wall pass there, what? Hello. Like, what would these guys eat? They're so slow. They're not catching anything. That's like flying, especially like bat flies. Like if there were like swarms of bat flies flying around, maybe I can see. Or maybe like there were like a lot of like plants material floating around. But that's in like, that happens in like Aether Ridge. They catch the green stars. But there aren't the green stars here. Not floating around. Tiny bugs. Yeah, the stupid ones that just sit there and let a whale float into them slowly. I guess that's how whales work normally. I will try a little bit harder to get the grapple worm into Ancient Urban. But I kind of have a feeling that it won't let you bring anything there. There we go, that's how you do it. It's not that bad. Hi, spider. How do you do this room? Oh, there's a pole. Okay, I see it. Okay, nice spot. I'm just gonna not take the shortcut. Just go this way. Like, this is kind of fast. Yeah. I mean, unless you can do the shortcut really quickly. It's not much of a shortcut. Okay, I actually don't know how many... Shoot, Japanese is not helping. I don't know what the last line of dialogue is. But it does go on for a little bit. Even though there's a white listed spawn, yeah, they were just chilling. Looking directly at the pipe for any unfortunate creature that would go that way. Well, actually, the portal takes a while to open up. So leave the portal. Grapple worm doesn't exist anymore. Wait, what? Oh, there you are. Can you chill out like right here? Well, he's not gonna wanna. See, this feels like it's close enough where they would get pulled into the portal, right? Oh shoot, hi. Oh, come on. Maybe just because you're not in the states, like the creature isn't loaded in. Well, they should just they should be there so that you can't see them. Yeah, I don't know. Doesn't look like it. Thank you. Right, the rats just die from, like, being looked at. They're like Saint. Is this another vault moment? Probably. You can't see the items on the floor in this room, so you really just have to pick them up blindly. It really is like the depths. Okay, you can't just hold right there. You don't need to do that, right? Oh no, the pounce. I've done that so many times. Could I just make this jump? That just has to be faster, right? It's way out of this area. No, this region has no connection to anywhere, except for. Well, actually, I don't even know if you can go back to Shadow Terrace from that portal. That one might be a one-way. But yeah, you're supposed to make a portal out of here. There is a karma flower in this region. Oh, I've forgotten again. To use the big jump. Okay, I guess I could do the vaults finally. Although I'm not very good at it. Whee! Please get out of the way. Okay, let me move to a different room. I'll do it in this room for the view. Also, sorry for throwing around rocks in your room. Like, these are not very good vaults. There we go. There's probably a timing, like, when you want to do the ripple, too. Look at that. It's like bird sounds. Just like regular birds. They are real. No, those are sequels. This is a really cool scene. Maybe this is nitpicky. It feels too human. Like they just took a regular like city like sound effects and like visuals, they just like made it ancients. Yeah, a little bit. I mean, I'm glad that there's no direct interaction with an ancient. That was my concern with like being able to meet the ancients for real. Because like the way that they animated the character, or the way that they look, or the way that they acted towards the Slugcat, that would define like everything about the ancients, right? In like one scene, right? So it's like, okay, let's not do that. Let's just give a view, but like that's just a little bit. No. Like, listen to like the like sound effects, like the voice lines. And it's like regular, like, I guess it's the way that they make the ancient language, right? But it's just like someone talking with a bunch of audio effects applied. But it sounds so normal. Oh, timing is different. I love flipping upside down on the wall. There we go. Spread the rot here. That's just... Well... Don't do that. I mean, I'm pretty sure this region is just immune to rot, even if you tried to. And all the portals that are like require max karma, they lead to special regions, so they can't be infected by the rot anyways. Hi. What if I just leave? Goodbye. Oh no, depths moments. Wait, also eye pounce? Yeah. Oh, it actually just walks it off. That's funny. Yeah. They're so difficult. Oh, there we go. What's eye pounce? Instant pounce. So for a slide pounce, you do a slide, and after some time you can do a pounce, right? But on the very first frame of the slide, you can also do a pounce. So if you press jump like twice in a row on consecutive frames, I think that's the timing. I don't know if it's like a 1 frame delay or if it's actually instant. But you basically start the slide, then press jump at the same time, and you do a pounce without doing the slide at all, right? And it's very difficult, but it's more possible when time is slowed down, like when you're right next to an echo, or if you're in the depths, or if you eat a mushroom. I think with a certain kind of keyboard, it'd be a lot easier. There's this technology. It's basically, because the way my keyboard works, you have to press a key down a certain distance for it to register the inputs, and then you need to release the key all the way for it to unregister, right? So if you press down the key all the way, like I'm used to doing all the time, it's gonna take too long to release the key fully and then press it down again to input quickly. But there's a certain, I don't know if it's like keyboard dependent or if there's like a way to use software. But basically make it so that the moment you start lifting the key upwards, that counts as it being unpressed. So even if you press down the key fully, if you just release it a little bit and then press it down again, that would count as another input. Does not help enough. Also, sometimes look at the input display. Actually, this might be difficult because of the lower frame rate on the stream. Sometimes the little dots, because you know how like the input display, it has like these little dots. Because like it's registering an inputs, but the game is not paused, so it doesn't like light up the whole thing. Sometimes I can light up that little circle without the input actually going through. I don't know what's up with that. Special switches. Yeah. Also, apparently I've learned you're allowed to bind multiple keys to the same input with external hardware or software. Like having two jump buttons, basically. Which sounds like it'd make this kind of tech really easy, because it's really it's significantly easier to press two different keys one frame apart than to press the same key one frame apart. Oh, my PC's doing its thing again. So it happens in this region too, even though there's like not as many creatures. I guess it's the same matter. There's like a lot of rats and moths. Just not that many. What if it was faster to do like this? Probably not. That's a funny idea. Oh, that was crazy. Wait, maybe from like the... Maybe you need to touch every item once. Maybe that's the trigger, because look how quick that was. That had to be faster, right? Actually, I kind of want to test that on its own. Hello, welcome to the stream. So that was a pretty slow run. I have not done a fast run. Apparently, oh no, because those other runs don't count the time of ancient urban. But I'm still slower than other runners so far. I wanna test the ending specifically. Hopefully the game doesn't break if I just warp straight there. 15 minutes. Honestly, I don't mind. It's a long region, but it has like fun movement, and time is not slowed down by like 50%. Yeah, that's fun movements. There's no threats at all. It's just speedrun. Bath. Wow, 15 seconds? Yeah, there's still no sub-hour run. But a lot of people are doing runs just from the first portal to the last portal. So basically from entering Sunlit Port to entering Ancient Urban. That's like the speedrun that is probably the most popular, even though it's not a real category and it requires mods, so... Yeah. We're back here! Let's... Do I need to do the like first sequence first? Okay. You can't really say world record because there's no official leaderboards. It's like an hour and 5 minutes or an hour and 9 minutes, somewhere around there. New Game Plus. I think it's a bit silly to wait on future updates for leaderboards because people are doing speedruns. All right. I mean, we can if you really want to, we could just have somewhere on the Discord server, like we can make a channel on the Discord server that's like, here's the fastest times. Just put someone's name, put the time they got. Right. I guess that could be a temporary solution. I don't see how that's too different than just having a speedrun.com because people are going to look at that website and be like, oh, wait, hey, are there leaderboards for the watcher yet? Oh, I guess not. So I guess no one's doing the speedrun. And would it matter? I feel like that doesn't care. Like, I don't care at all. If I do a speedrun and then the game gets updated to make a new route, like, okay, I'll do the new routes, or I won't care and say I did a speedrun, the old version. I don't care. Who cares? Genuine question. Okay, a full run definitely can be sub-hour. Because the fastest time already is really close. And we just started, you know? Yeah, there hasn't been as many optimizations. There's still like, we don't even know which route is the fastest, right? We have a rough idea of which routes are decent and which ones might not be good, but you know, maybe after testing we find out, hey, this one is actually like 5 minutes faster, or even like 2 minutes faster would be a pretty big difference. Okay, I'm gonna enter the room and I'm gonna do nothing. Look at the timer. It's about 2 minutes and 5 seconds. Let's just sit here. You have to touch one? Okay, I'll wait until 3 minutes. This window is huge. Yeah. So maybe a minute. No? I'm not gonna do anything for a bit. Because I'd really like to know how this works, because I don't want someone to lose like 30 seconds to just like not knowing how to finish the run. So it seems like you actually need to do stuff here. It's not just on a timer. So 3 of them. Well, maybe. Maybe that's it. I'm gonna do that again, which means I need to reset the save file again. Hold on. I really, whoops, don't do that. I really hope they add an official way to skip the intro. Because it's really nice for speedruns. It's really nice for just replaying the game. Get the ball out of the box. That's actually kind of hard to do, in my experience. Because what I've seen from like a handful of people that want to do like a second playthroughs, it's like, you know, you just got to get through this like segments that you've seen before, way more than just like in the DLC. You know, you've seen Industrial, you've seen Chimney, and whatever other regions. You've seen them plenty of times before, and you get the only reason you'd want to do a second playthrough. Well, I guess maybe you'd want to explore and see like how like infected are the vanilla regions, right? Because that's something I thought about doing. Like, what if I want to go and like try to get to Pebbles or try to get to like Sky Islands or Garbage Waste or something? The answer is that they're all blocked off. Maybe there's some secret routes somewhere that someone hasn't found, but probably not. But even then, if it was just an option to choose to skip it, you could still do that, you know? You could go back if you wanted to, or you'd be like, all right, I'm done with that. I'm done with the base game world. Let's just... let's just get back into the new regions, right? How would that work with, like, which region you start in? Yeah, I don't know. Okay, that has to be, like, 10 seconds. Let's just say you have to touch all of them. And maybe you can get the ball out of the box as an extra challenge. Do I want to do another run? I don't think I actually have the time for it. No, that'll probably be the last thing I do here. Yeah, just some things that I want to say about like the speedrun category stuff. The most, I mean, obviously, like there hasn't been many official, like real attempts. Like a lot of speedruns have been using mods. But the one that I've seen often is just going from the first portal to the last portal. If that was the category, but even then, like that skips on an ancient urban. But I think that's just for the purposes of like route testing because we want to know which route is the fastest, and all the routes converge on ancient urban. So there's no reason to go through that whole thing. But like I don't mind ancient urban as a speedrun, so I think it'd be fine to include that. So just going from the first portal to the end normally would be a great category if there was an official way to skip the intro, which is, I don't think it's impossible. We could go like pester the devs about it and be like, please add this as a quality of life feature on repeat playthroughs. And maybe there's like a little, maybe like you go here and there's like a little like, drop down menu and you just pick which region you start in. Like, oh, do you want sunlit, coral caves, or, and maybe you need to enter the region from that portal in order to unlock the option. So if you do a second playthrough, it's like, oh, you can skip the coral caves, or you can explore like, oh, what happens if you get the shaded echo last, and then that opens up the torrential railways option, right? That would be nice. Maybe that's a little too direct. Maybe it would be like you go into the remix settings. Maybe you go into the remix settings, you go to the watcher, and it'd be like, hello? Oh no, that's the wrong one. Maybe it'd be like, you do this as like cheats or something, and you drop this down, and it's like, all right, which region do you want to start in? That would be like the most out of the way way to give the feature to people who like really want it, who might do like multiple playthroughs or speedruns or whatever. But it would still be kind of hidden and out of the way and be like, hey, this is like kind of a cheat. That's usually a good way to do it. Otherwise, the first like 19 minutes being just regular world movements, like some what is it called? Hydroponics. Some hydroponics movement is cool. But it's not like, it's like a pretty small region and it's like just industrial. Yep, VODs are on Twitch, but they don't save forever, so everything is on YouTube. I will stream again on Friday. I stream on Tuesday, Friday, and Saturday. And I might stream another day if I feel like it, but I don't know. I haven't really been feeling it recently. Maybe after like some patch notes, I'll be like, because even just like the memory leaks requiring me. Well, it doesn't require me, but I don't feel great about leaving my computer at 99% CPU usage for 3 hours. All right, I don't know if that's a good idea. So I've just been restarting the game, and I don't want to do that in the middle of a speedrun multiple times. So I think I at least need to wait for that to be fixed. Or maybe it's just never going to be fixed, and that'd be great. Also, the funny thing about this route, I don't think there's a single barnacle in this whole run. At least the route that I take. Survivor speedrun on a different map. Yes, but no. The Watcher has the same like stats as Survivor, but the invisibility is pretty useful, and then you unlock more abilities that become pretty useful. I think once like the seeding stuff gets fixed as well, there's probably going to be another category where you're allowed to use portals. In that case, the route would probably be get 2 echoes as fast as possible, and then portal to the exact right location they want to go, right? So it depends on like if there is a seed that gives you the right teleport locations, and if the teleport locations are close enough to an echo to be useful, right? But if there is that seed, if that seed does exist, then it would basically be get echo, teleport next to an echo, get that echo, teleport again. It just repeats until you're, at the end. Which honestly, I think would probably be a good route. Most of it would be teleporting, but there's still a lot of movement in between those teleports. The biggest pain would be finding the right seed, unless there's some way to like actually, especially if the seed is like as complicated as it is, which like it depends on like when you shelter, like which rooms you go to, or I forget what the exact requirements are, but there's like some complicated set of like things that contribute to where you go after teleporting. So like if you change the route slightly, it might mean that you teleport differently and you need to find a new seed. So that could be really annoying, but I'm not going to do that. Someone else can mess around with the seeds when that gets fixed. Good luck with that. But maybe the speedrun route will end up being interesting. What is the region? I think it's... I mean, these guys are here, right? Maybe it's Aether Ridge. Maybe it's... I mean, this kind of reminds me of Outer Rim. The way that I was hoping that the seed would work is that when it picks a seed, it just generates a list of regions, or I guess a list of rooms. And when you teleport, it's like, all right, teleport to this room and then move to the next one on the list, right? So you could just find a way, just find a seed, find the rooms that it goes to in order, and then that's just how it is, you know. I feel like that would work exactly the same way. However, there's a problem. I think it's because the region that you teleport to is weighted towards regions you haven't been to. Either that or regions that aren't shrouded, if you're doing that whole sequence. So like, if it was a set queue, then, you know, that wouldn't work. Or maybe just like, if it teleports to it like an invalid location, it like re-rolls with some percentage chance. I don't know. But it's very complicated. It doesn't even work right now. And we'll, someone else will figure that out. So thank you to that person in advance. I might do the speedrun. Also, Silksong exists. There's like some event somewhere in the world where there will be like a playable version of the game in like September. That is the news recently, which either means it will release after September, and that will be the only opportunity to play that game, which would probably be a bad idea for that event. Or maybe more likely, it's going to release before September 18th. Thank you for the specific date. And then that event will have like a unique build of the game, or just like an, I don't know, something else going on. And I said I will play Hollow Knight before that time, so we have a date, we have a timeline. I will play Hollow Knight in the next few months probably. I might actually, I don't know how much I want to do the speedrun a bunch, especially in the state the game is in right now. Hello, welcome. I'm ending the stream in a few minutes, by the way. We'll get Watcher 2. Please, Rainworld developers and Akupara, we don't need another Rainworld DLC for like... Honestly, we don't need another one. There's enough Rainworld. Modders are going to keep making mods. And maybe really cool reasons and stuff. If you're going to make another DLC, please give it like 5 years. And also spend the next like year polishing Watcher, because it needs it. If they announce another DLC in a year, then I have no hope for that. It's going to be tiny or very unpolished. Anyway, that's the end of the stream. Thanks everyone for watching. See ya.